Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've made a video, too long in fact, and even longer since I've made a Rambles video. The purpose of these videos is hopefully going to be an opportunity to talk about voice acting and what I've learned from it so far, and currently voice acting at home, kind of as a at-home hobby sort of thing. And so that's what I'm gonna aim to do in this video is talk a little bit about another factor of voice acting at home. This particular video is going to cover the equipment that I use to record and how I do it to hopefully help people that are looking to get started in voice acting at home like I do. I want to preface this video by saying and reminding everyone that I'm certainly not an expert in this. This should definitely be taken as sort of accumulation of things that I've learned over the almost year that I've been doing this. And so really it's meant to help out people that are looking to get started with this sort of thing that I'm doing. Either because you just think it'll be a fun hobby, or maybe you want to make some extra cash, or maybe you want to make a career out of it. So that's kind of what these videos are meant to do, is help people out who want to get started but don't really know where to start. So I think I'll start by talking about the equipment that I used when I first began recording and posting my voices online. The microphone that I used when I started out was called a Blue Yeti. I still have it somewhere, but I didn't feel like dragging it back out again for this video. I'll provide a picture somewhere here. A Blue Yeti microphone is pretty affordable for what it does. It's great for a beginner. I think on average it runs about $100. You can just plug it in directly to your laptop or computer. I'm pretty sure there's like a USB cord on there, so you don't really need an audio interface with it. It has the gain controls and everything right there on the microphone. I did schlep out one thing that you absolutely do need, and that is a pop filter. This one I actually don't use because it's a little loose right here and it tends to go like that. So I don't actually use this one, but I thought I'd just bring it out just to show you what a pop filter looks like in the flesh, I guess. I actually don't know exactly what this does other than maybe get rid of, like, I don't know, the kind of poppy static noises. I don't know. All I know is that my recordings sound that much better when I use them. So if you're looking to start out, that's a mic I would recommend, is the Blue Yeti. It's pretty affordable for what it does, and you know, just when you're getting started with this, you're going to have a good idea of what the budget is going to be if you want to have good equipment that sounds, you know, clear and audible and clear and understandable and intelligible, all of those good things. Because if you're looking, especially if you're looking to do this for work, you know, you want to have kind of a professional product, you're going to want equipment that makes you sound good, not grainy and that sort of thing. Even the most talented people are going to sound bad on bad equipment. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind, is the budget when going into something like this. But certainly, you know, if you're looking to do this for work on the side, then, you know, the cost of that microphone may actually make itself up in time. So yeah, the Blue Yeti is what I recommend. And of course, a pop filter. Now, if you're wanting to take this to the next level and you want it to really sound clear, what I recommend is making yourself a little at-home studio. And the way that I do this is I have converted a closet into a little sort of sound booth. It works well because all the walls are close together, so you don't get a big, like, echoing, cavernous kind of noise. It's not like, you know, supremely professional. It's not what people are probably using at Cartoon Network and that sort of thing. I mean, if you look at professional recording booths, they look very different from my closet, but it certainly is a good place to start for someone who's just wanting to start out and do this as a hobby and, you know, learning about it, but wants to have a good professional sound. That's the level I'm at right now. This is something else that I recommend having for your at-home recording booth to paper the walls with. This is an acoustic panel. I don't remember exactly how much these were, but they're pretty cheap, and they really do make all the difference when it comes to recording. I remember a while back, some of my acoustic panels fell off the wall, and I recorded, and I got this huge cavernous, echoing sound even within my little closet over here, my little closed space closet. And so I put them back up and that echoing sound went away. So it really does kind of help give you a better sound to paper these on the walls. And I got this like big package of them on, I think on Amazon for maybe $5. They're just, you know, like styrofoam little things, but you can get a bunch of them for nothing. Another thing you're probably going to want to do, you know, to get the best sound for where you are, is to turn off the AC. And trust me, I know, or heater or whatever. And I was going to say, trust me, I know, living in Texas in the summer, living in Texas in the summer, turning off the AC can be a lot to ask of somebody. And I'll tell you, it's really hard during the summer to record in a hot closet without AC. But it really will help you get the cleanest sound, to not have that constant dull roaring in the background. Same with TVs or any sort of device that makes kind of that high-pitched sort of sound when it's on. All of those things need to be turned off if possible. The second thing to be aware of is not white noise, but noises outside like airplanes and cars. You may not be totally aware of the fact that there's a car going by. I know I often am not until I'm listening back to the file, to my recording, and I hear, you know. And so that's why it's important just to kind of keep an ear out for those things, or just to say a line. Another important reason why you want to say lines more than once, because maybe in one of those lines you had a car going by. Currently I use the Focusrite Scarlett Solo audio interface, the Audio-Technica 2035. That's what I'm using right now, and it's with a mic stand, and it's absolutely awesome equipment. It's a little bit more expensive than the Blue Yeti. It'd be a lot more expensive. But again, if you're wanting to get a really professional sound, the best sound you can possibly get, it's better to, you know, upgrade once you've gotten past Blue Yeti and that sort of thing. But Blue Yeti is definitely a good place to start, especially if you're not really sure if this is going to be your thing, and you just want to kind of give it a shot. You kind of want to do it for a hobby, and you just kind of want to see where it takes you, and so it's not a huge investment for something like that. Plus, most people need a mic on their computer at some point or another, so you'll have it for that. Apart from making sure that you have the right equipment and the right environment to record in, it's also important to make sure that your voice is at its best when you record. And that's why before I record, you know, mostly anything, I like to do vocal warm-ups. For now, I just follow kind of vocal warm-up YouTube videos, and I think that works pretty well. You can also look up you know, different rhymes and face exercises you can do, whatever works for you. But it really does help you learn to project and to enunciate properly and all of those good things to record. Water is also very important. You want to make sure that you have plenty of water in with you while you're recording, because a lot of the voices you'll be doing and the sounds you'll be doing, you're using a lot of your voice, and you're using a lot of everything in here, and so it can sort of dry you out if you don't have water there, you know, to replenish and make sure that you're lubed up. Oh God, for lack of a better word. You want to make sure that you're recording when there's not a storm going on, at least until you can get like a super soundproof place, which I don't have yet. So yeah, I've tried to record while it's been thundering before. It doesn't go over well. You can totally hear the thunder on there, which is kind of cool, but not everybody's looking for that in a recording. Another thing that may help, and I learned this from my sister who was a singer for a long time, it may help to refrain from drinking a lot of dairy on a day you're going to record, or, you know, drinking or eating anything that will kind of harm your voice. Tea helps a lot to get the best sound out of your voice. I know that it can be a lot to ask to give up stuff like that, because some of us will end up recording every day, and so that'll mean like a complete nutritional change. But there are certain dietary changes you can make that really make your voice sound the best that it possibly can, and you know, take it or leave it with that one. So those are kind of just my little thoughts, tips and tricks, things I've learned over the time that I've been doing this. If anybody has any suggestions they want to offer, if anybody has any better ideas of things I could be doing, you know, because I'm sure there are people out there that know more than I do about this and have been doing it longer, please feel free to comment and share your thoughts. I'm interested in hearing what other people have to say. And if you ever have any questions or comments for me about recording at home, doing voiceover work at home, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to answer anything that I can for anyone who knows less than me. I'm also always open to critiquing people who are just starting out and want, you know, an unbiased sort of peer review of what they're doing. I think critique is important, as I've said in an earlier video, between any level of people doing work. So never hesitate to appeal to me for that, and I'll see you guys soon with another video, hopefully a reel or something. We'll see what happens. It's been a very busy couple of months, so alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.